guys, so I'm here doing another video today. I'm going to be showing you how you can make your own custom banner using Photoshop for YouTube. A lot of people requested this video, and if this tutorial goes well, I'll be definitely making more in the future. So let's go straight into it. You're first going to need Photoshop if you don't have it already. There's 3 different ways you can get Photoshop. The first way is you can buy the full version of Photoshop, which does vary from like £500 to £1,500 depending on the version you're buying. I would recommend getting the latest version, but obviously not paying for the full price, because if you're like the age, like 14 like me, you don't really have the money to buy Photoshop at the moment. So you can either do it illegally, which you can get a patch. The only thing to watch out for if you're doing it illegally is mind you don't get any viruses on your computer. So probably go onto YouTube and try and find a link that's actually supplied by someone quite big, you know, in the YouTube world that have given you a link, or someone, you know, that has already said it's not going to give you viruses. Don't just go looking on Google for it. Or you can do it like how I do it, is by paying £8 a month and you get Photoshop and Lightroom for like a year, and then you just renew it. So it's like just over 90 quid, which is a pretty good price, and I'll probably do that for a few years before I actually decide if I'm going to buy Photoshop. So that's how I do it. But once you've got Photoshop, make sure you open it up, obviously. When I was first doing graphics and banners, I was really confused with all the measurements and all of that. So what I did is I typed in banner measurements 2013 for YouTube or something similar like that, and it came up with this picture right here. So this picture basically shows what different people on different devices will see of your banner. So here is going to be on any sort of phones or the minimum desktop. So that's what they're going to see. Tablets is a tiny bit more, and then main computers is going to see all of it. So all your text and your main important stuff, make sure you're keeping it in this area, which is why we're keeping this picture behind our banner, just so we can double check, you know, that our text is in line. We can obviously delete this after we've made it, but just keep it while you're making it so you know you're in line. So once you've got this picture, the full sizing, if you're going to make it from scratch, because there are different ways to do it. So if you are making it from scratch, by the way, it's 2560 by 1400. The only thing about that is then you have to make another rectangle, which is 2560 by 423. So you pretty much just get the same thing as this, so you can just get a template first. We will be deleting this after though, so you won't see any of this anyway. It's just help us making the banner in the first place. So what you want first is obviously your background. Today we're going to be making a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare themed banner. So this would be for a channel, if it's Advanced Warfare or any sort of Call of Duty, this is probably what your banner would be looking like. So first of all, we're going to get this section of like this picture here, where this guy isn't, because we're going to be including him separately. So make sure you got this section here, and drag it over or copy and paste it over to here. So just resize it to your banner size requirements like this. And don't worry if it looks a bit blurry to start off with, you can fix that just in just a sec. So if you do it like this, like that. So now it's not blurred at all, and it kind of looks pretty cool because it's just the background like that. And then if you do blending options, you can obviously take down the opacity a bit if you wanted, but we're not going to do that until the very end, just because, you know, you'll be able to see that, and we can obviously edit that afterwards. So now you've got your background. You can obviously add in your text next, which I usually do, or you can add in your sort of, I usually include, if you see in my banners, a character. So I've got some of the characters here, so like a Minecraft pickaxe, or the old man from Happy Wheels, or Minecraft, what's it called, character. So what we're going to be using this one is obviously the soldier, which I was just talking about. Make sure you get a transparent one, so it has no background at all. It saves you a lot of time from deleting that background, and obviously gives you a lot more accurate background. So if we just get him here, scale him down a bit, and make sure again we're having a look and seeing if he's going to be in the text logo safe area. So make sure you're just getting him as big as you can without him getting out of the actual banner. So probably want to place him about there. If we quickly have a look, I don't know if that's meant to be part of him, that little white bit there. Is that meant to be part of him? I don't think that's actually meant to be part of him, so I think we're going to delete this little bit here. Just get all the little bits. There we go. Oh god, didn't mean to do that. don't delete the whole guy. So once you've deleted all these little bits, just down here. Oh, it seems like that's actually part of him there, but that little part wasn't. So now you've deleted all the background bits. Make sure, you know, just if you have any excess of the picture, make sure you just cut it off like this. You can obviously just put it down a bit if you wanted to. Maybe put it to the side like that. There you go. Okay, so now you've got sort of your next part of your banner. You're going to be wanting to put in some text. Double check like it's all in line once you've got your background on there. But now you're going to be wanting to put in your text. It really is up to you what text you use. I'm going to be using probably American Captain. What's it called? American Captain Revenge, I think it's called, or Vengeance or something like that. But I'm going to be doing it for me, so I'm going to put the Sam Brothers here, and for this one we're going to put some bevel and emboss and some outer glow on it, just so it shows up a bit on this background, as it you know, it is kind of camouflaged in a bit. So let's quickly do that. If you go into layout style, or go right click, blending options, and then you should get this page. Go down to outer glow, tick that little box and change it to normal, opacity 100. Usually do it black, or you can do it like quite a cool effect with the white. We are going to be using black for this one, and make sure it doesn't, you know, do like that. Just make sure it's like a little outline, so it does look pretty cool. I think we're going to quickly make it a tiny bit bigger, making sure that it is still in the text safe area. Otherwise we don't want, you know, the text going outside the area. Probably make it a bit smaller, and if I do make a bit mistakes in my vocal or like my speech and stuff, it's my first tutorial, so I'm sorry about that. It's not the most professional, but I'm just showing you how you can quickly make a banner. This is like a less advanced one, and I will be making a more advanced one if people do enjoy these videos. So yeah, so once you've got your text, I think I'm going to add some more underneath. Just subscribe to become Sam Brother today, or you could put made by the Sam Brothers if you're making it for someone else, which I usually do now, just leave like my mark on it in case some people tries to steal it for their own cause, if you see what I mean. So again, get rid of this background quickly, and make sure it's in line. Probably need to make it a tiny bit smaller, and just place it inside there. Now what you're going to want to do is obviously have it the same layer style as that, so just copy layer style and paste it over like that, and now put the background back. So this is kind of like a simple banner. What you can also do is probably put a line here if you did want to, just to, you know, have definition of that upper text. So this is pretty much finished, you know. This is a less advanced banner, but I will be making a slightly more advanced one, probably Call of Duty themed again, but I will be making a more advanced one. If you do want this banner made for you, or this sort of style, definitely put in the comments below and I will make it. I probably won't make a video on it, I'll just change the text and all of that, but I will make one for you. So once you've got this, you know, you can obviously, if you did want to make it look more professional, if you're sending it to someone, you could obviously just get a rectangle tool with a black rectangle, just like this. Make sure you cover all of it like that, so it is just the banner. And then finally what we can do is obviously delete the sort of guidelines that we had before. So now we don't have any guidelines, but we don't really need them now we have the banner. So once you've done that, you want to go save as, save it wherever you want to. I'm going to put it in my banners folder. Make sure you save it as a PNG. So these are my banners that I've made so far. So Matt Gamer, can't say him, Dopest Banner Gaming. So yeah, those are the 3 I've done, or 4, if you include this test one that I did. So yeah, once you have saved it in the right place, or the place you have done, so Sam Brothers test, let's say 2. Make sure you save it like that. You're going to want to go over to your internet browser and obviously go over to YouTube. So now once you're on YouTube, just click down on this little arrow here. Apparently I'm not signed in. Just let me quickly sign in. But once you're signed in, you just go on this little drop down arrow down here, click my channel, And if you're on PC, it probably won't work if you're on a mobile or iPad, I don't think. But if you're on PC or laptop or whatever, it should be a little sort of pencil square here. Click that and click Edit Channel Art. And it should bring you up with this page. Select a photo from your computer. Go over to your picture and your thing. So ours is obviously this one. Click Open. And it will give you a preview of your page. Just wait for it because it's quite a big size. So if you have a notice down here, it's 2560 by 1400 and it has to be under 2 megabytes. So don't go crazy with adding loads of stuff in, otherwise it will be too big. So if you can have a look here, it will be as, oh god, I didn't mean to do that. As you can see here, it's exactly the right size. If you have a look on mobile, you can't exactly see it. Desktop, so if I quickly actually set it as my banner, just to give you a bigger picture. So that is what it will look like once it is on here, and it looks like you actually have a little black bar here from when I accidentally didn't do exactly the right thing. I'm not sure why that is, but it actually gives quite a cool effect with this slight black underline here. But yeah, so that's what it would look like on your channel. I'm actually going to keep this for a bit because it does look pretty cool. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be highly appreciated. While you're here, why not subscribe to become a sample for today, and I'll see you next time.